Have you ever thought about why some people always seem to be the center of attention while you feel neglected? Have you ever wanted to become a priority for someone and stop feeling sidelined? If the answer is yes, this video is for you. Today we will present 7 powerful psychological strategies inspired by the principles of Stoicism that will help you transform your role in relationships and become the person everyone wants to be around. Before we begin, I only ask you to subscribe to the channel to reach more content like this and to activate the bell. Let's get started. First of all, think of a practical example. Remember a work colleague who always seems to receive praise and recognition while you feel ignored. Or a friend who is always invited to events and social gatherings while you are often left out. This feeling of being left out can be frustrating and demoralizing. Now imagine that you can change this situation and become the person others want to be around, the one who receives positive attention and respect. Strategy number 1. Do not make others the center of your life. Maintaining one's own identity and cultivating one's own interests are fundamental aspects of having a healthy balance in relationships. Do not make others the center of your life, but cultivate yourself and your awareness. This not only improves your self-esteem, but also builds healthier relationships in which both partners feel valued and respected. Having hobbies, personal interests, and independent goals makes your life more interesting, creating a positive dynamic in which both partners bring value and enrichment to the couple. Think of a time when you spent time on a hobby or interest of yours, and how it improved your mood and self-perception. For example, if you decided to enroll in a photography course, a passion you had had for years but had always put aside. By spending time each week improving your photography skills, this not only gave you a sense of personal fulfillment, but also allowed you to share your photos on social media. Over time, colleagues began to notice your talent, and this greatly improved your self-esteem and others' perception of you. Strategy number 2. You initiate communication. Human beings tend not to respond to what is chasing them. When someone constantly seeks you out, you tend to give them less importance because you perceive their attention as easy to get and therefore less valuable. Initiating communication from time to time is important, but it is equally crucial to let the other person take the first step. This approach is not about completely ignoring the other person, but about making room for reciprocity. Reciprocity is crucial in healthy relationships because it shows that both partners are equally committed and interested. Try to think of a conversation where you let the other person initiate and how this affected the dynamic between you. For example, if you noticed that you were always the one calling your friends to organize outings. By deciding to stop always being the first to contact, you gave space for your friends to make the first move. To your surprise, you noticed that some friends started calling you more, showing their interest and commitment to the relationship. Strategy number 3. Show generosity. Being generous creates an environment of reciprocity and trust that is fundamental to any relationship. Generosity offers deep personal satisfaction and also makes you more attractive in the eyes of others. When you are generous, you create stronger bonds. Generosity can manifest itself in many forms, from time and attention devoted to others, to practical help in times of need, to emotional support. Small acts of everyday generosity, such as listening attentively, offering support in times of need, or simply being present, can make a big difference in strengthening relationships and creating an atmosphere of affection and mutual respect. Recall a time when you made a small gesture of generosity and how it positively influenced your relationship with the other person. For example, preparing a special dinner for a partner after a long day at work. This simple gesture of care and attention strengthened the bond, making the relationship more affectionate and respectful. Strategy number 4. Answer messages and calls in a timely manner, but not immediately. Responding immediately to every message or call can give the impression that you are always available and waiting for contact. This behavior can diminish the other person's interest, making it appear that you have no other priorities or commitments. Instead, you create a sense of expectation by responding in a timely but not immediate manner. This shows that you value your time, maintaining mutual interest and demonstrating that you have a rich and busy life. Reflect on a situation where you responded to messages a little late and how this changed the perception of your availability. For example, by replying immediately to your partner's messages, you always seemed too available. By deciding to reply a little late, you made it clear that you had other important things to do. This created a better balance in the relationship, making exchanges more meaningful. Strategy number 5. Be willing to withdraw. Being prepared to distance yourself when necessary shows that you are not constantly dependent on the attention of others. This attitude can lead to a positive change in the relationship dynamic, where others begin to make greater efforts to maintain contact and appreciate you more. Being willing to withdraw when circumstances require it strengthens your perceived value and can contribute to a more balanced and respectful relationship. This does not mean becoming cold or aloof, but simply recognizing when it is time to take space for yourself, thus protecting your emotional health and well-being. Think of a time when you decided to distance yourself and how this positively affected your relationship. For example, taking a break from a friendship relationship that was exhausting you emotionally. After taking space for you, the friend started to make more effort to maintain contact and began to appreciate you more, improving the quality of the friendship. Strategy number 6. Prioritize your interests. Showing that you value yourself and prioritize your personal desires and goals strengthens your self-esteem and independence. Set healthy limits in your relationships to protect your time and energy, promoting a healthy balance. This not only improves your well-being, but also makes your relationships stronger as both parties learn to respect and appreciate each other's needs and desires. Investing in your personal development, whether through education, work, exercise, or other activities, not only enriches your life, but also makes you a more interesting and complete person who brings value and depth to the relationship. Give an example of how you prioritized your interests and how this improved your self-esteem and relationships. For example, devoting time each week to your passion for drawing. This made you happier and more satisfied, and your friends started to appreciate your talent more and respect your time and needs. Strategy number 7. Don't always be available. Being constantly available can make your time and presence seem worthless. Maintaining an emotional distance can make people miss you and appreciate the time spent with you more. Learn to say no when necessary and respect your limits. This attitude not only protects your energy, but also increases others' desire and appreciation for you, making your interactions more valuable and meaningful. Having a balance between availability and independence is essential to maintaining a healthy and satisfying relationship. Reflect on a time when you said no, and how this strengthened your position and others' respect for you. For example, saying no to social invitations when you needed time to yourself. This made friends realize that your time is precious and must be respected, improving mutual respect and the quality of relationships. We have reached the conclusion of our video. By applying these 7 psychological strategies, you will not only improve the quality of your relationships, but also build a solid foundation of self-esteem that will make you more attractive and appreciated. Become the person you always wanted to be. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to Resilient Rationality, leave a like, and we'll see you in the next video. Remember, the power of change is in your hands. Cultivate yourself, value your relationships, and live by the principles of Stoicism.